SCP-3718, an environmental catastrophe. Object Class, Keter. Special Containment Procedures. Any SCP-3718 instances discovered in the wild are to be sedated. The use of heavy sedatives is recommended, as smaller dosages have proven to have no effect, and brought in for containment or neutralized if the current number of contained SCP-3718 instances is greater than 20. Foundation personnel are to monitor websites and animal control hotlines for mentions of potential SCP-3718 activity, as well as reports of individuals being attacked by cats or seeing monster cats. Any area that has seen a significant decline in local wildlife population in a small time frame is to be investigated for SCP-3718 activity. MTF Kappa 14, Sideshow Bob, has been instructed to examine areas where GOI 233 has appeared for stray SCP-3718 specimens. SCP-3718 instances in containment are to be kept in a large feline habitat at Site-23 and require at least 3 times the normal daily intake of food compared to a normal Felis catus. Personnel entering the enclosure are recommended to only do so when the SCP-3718 population has been recently fed or sedated. Description: SCP-3718 is an unidentified species of organism, outwardly resembling individuals belonging to the species Felis catus, the domestic cat. While SCP-3718 instances are visually identical to non-anomalous Felis catus, when viewing the reflection of an SCP-3718 instance, a large tripedal organism can be seen in place of a reflection. These organisms are an average of 75 centimeters tall at the shoulder, exhibit numerous bioluminescent patches along the body, and are otherwise dark in coloration. These organisms possess no observable eyes or ears, but exhibit multiple orifices across the body, which are used in feeding. These organisms also possess highly sensitive vibrissae, specialized touch organs most commonly seen as whiskers on mammals, which run the length of the body, allowing for instances to observe their surroundings by sensing changes in airflow. This organism cannot be directly interacted with, as it does not seem to occupy any space that would take up around the Felis catus body. SCP-3718 instances are active predators and have been observed in packs hunting prey as large as elk and consuming most of the kill. When feeding, SCP-3718 instances have been observed to cause a Class C. It seems to be on the same level as an optical illusion, spatial anomaly. During this, the Felis catus appearance will contort up to 3 times in normal size, and orifices corresponding to those on the appearance of its reflection will open and discharge pressurized digestive enzymes onto the kill. Once the digestive enzymes had their effect, the orifices are used to grip parts of the prey and deliver onto the digestive system through rows of teeth. Packs of feral SCP-3718 have been observed across the North American continent. Notable areas include the Rocky Mountain Range, southern Canada, and numerous locations in California. Due to their increased hunting activity, SCP-3718 has become a threat to natural wildlife in some cases, drastically decreasing the population of many species, including birds and deer. Currently, at least 3 species native to North America has been reclassified as critically endangered due to the presence and rapid growth of SCP-3718 populations. Because of this, SCP-3718 is currently considered an invasive species, and containment is considered a high priority due to the increased risk of spread and discovery. Addendum, Discovery and GOI Connections. SCP-3718 was discovered following numerous online mentions of packs of feral cats killing abnormally large prey, as well as mentions of monster cats that could only be seen in reflective surfaces. This was in conjunction with sudden decreases in many wildlife populations in certain areas, leading to an outcry from environmentalist groups. Embedded agents in these groups were able to capture several SCP-3718 instances, leading to subsequent discovery of their anomalous effects and containment. SCP-3718 is believed to have originated from GOI 233 as an attraction for its menagerie of mayhem. Several solitary SCP-3718 instances have been located at or near areas where GOI 233 has visited. In addition, some instances have been found wearing collars identifying them as property of Herman Fuller, or more recently, property of Herman Fuller's Circus of the Disquieting. Show Interview Log 3718-1. Forward. The following interview was conducted on redacted date with a previously contained SCP that was formerly a part of GOI 233. Information was provided in exchange for consideration in regards to requests replaced by SCP redacted. For the interview, several photographs of an SCP-3718 instance with the reflection clearly visible were present. Interviewer, Dr. Reynard. Interviewed, SCP redacted. Begin log. Irrelevant data expunged. Are you familiar with these from your time with the Circus of the Disquieting? Dr. Reynard shows the photographs of SCP-3718 to SCP redacted. Shit, is that a Mueller? I used to help feed them and clean their cages. Cute little bastards, but they're ferocious. How old SC get a hold of one of them? They've become something of a nuisance. What exactly did you call it? Muellers is what we call them. Herman Fuller's mind-bending mewling monstrosities doesn't quite roll off the tongue. They were a staple in the menagerie. Had a whole house of mirrors bit with them. I see. But were there quite a few of these Muellers with the circus? Not at first, but Herman didn't keep track of them. They'd always wander off. You know what they said about herding cats. So he'd go back to our dealer and get more and more. Of course, the dealer wasn't too torn up about that. Towards the end of my stay, little Miss Lolly started making sure all the animals got taken care of. Loves pussies, that one. The majority we've come across have been quite hostile. Has this always been the case? They're like any other animal. They warm up to you if you feed them, but if you cut them loose, they'll go feral. I only got scratched 20-something times, and that was when they liked me. You're aware, I assume, of their anomalous properties? Obviously. Used to help out with them. They didn't let me in on what exactly they are. I'm nobody that important. But from what I got, they're not from around here. Elaborate. They bought them from this dealer who did a lot of business in the library, the bazaar too. It's like they're from outside, and they're trying to force their way in, but they can't fit. Like a square peg trying to get through a round hole. Does that make any sense? You're implying they're extra-dimensional in nature. Yeah. The cat part, it's not really a cat. It's just our tiny monkey brains trying to unscramble what we're looking at. Even when you see in the mirror, that probably isn't the whole thing. Dealer always had a hissy fit about how much trouble it was to make them where you wouldn't go Lovecraft loco if you look at them. Of course, it doesn't always work right. That's why they get weird when they're eating. It doesn't stop them from being cute fuckers, though, I'll tell you. Thank you. Is there any other relevant information you'd be able to share? I don't think so. Spilled all I know about the... Oh, wait. One more thing, and trust me, you're going to want to know this. These things only have one weakness, and if you know that, you're set, and you can send them packing back to the Squidverse or wherever they came from. It's... SCP Redacted begins violently coughing. SCP Redacted! SCP Redacted mimes the act of expelling something onto the table before it. Sorry, hairball. You weren't serious about the weakness, were you? Nope. You're screwed. End log. Addendum. Attempts to control SCP-3718 population. Despite continued efforts to cull the SCP-3718 population, it has continued to rise by a substantial amount each year. While current efforts primarily consist of locating and neutralizing instances whenever spotted, some researchers have deemed this as ineffective. Researchers are currently formulating an artificially created virus that, when contracted by an SCP-3718 instance, would render it and any other instances that it comes into contact with infertile. Infected SCP-3718 would be released into the wild with spots with high concentrations of SCP-3718 activity. Proposal pending approval by the Ethics Committee.